All right, welcome to the round one edition of the Sunday Roast. Thanks to PointsBet, thanks to Statmate Jev. It has been one hell of a round of footy.
It has been a great round, and geez, we don't miss some sides on the roast. Essendon don't get missed. Port Adelaide don't get missed. Carlton nearly got straight after a win. It's a great pod. Give it a listen. Like, subscribe. You know where to find us at 100k Sports, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram. Send to a mate to us.
And as well, if you guys are in Melbourne, if you're in Victoria this coming week, so March 21st at the Kingston, we will be there for the greatest pub day ever. Chock will be there, Campbell Brown will be there, lots of prizes, lots of giveaways, lots of bar tabs hopefully, and some exclusive markets from PointsBet that you can only get there on the day. Again, like, subscribe, comment below if you agreed with our takes or you disagreed. And again, when the Blues win and the Swans win, Jev, it's a happy roast. So enjoy, guys, and yeah, get into it.
And now, 100k Sports and PointsBet presents the Sunday Roast.
Welcome back to the Sunday Roast, the show that celebrates the winners and roasts the losers. Joining me as always, Jev and Dobe. How are you, brother?
Ooh, Jev, I am good. As we currently start to record this, the Saints and the D's have just wrapped up. Usually we go from start to end. We're going to go in a bit of a different order. So let's kick it off with the game that we just watched. It was a banger. I don't think anyone expected this game to be game of the weekend. We saw some fast football, and by God, did we see a team crumble. Jev, take it away.
Oh, insert that game into my veins. It is 6:07 on Sunday, Arvo, and that is game of the year. There was about 15 lead changes. The game was just incredible. Darcy, if that is the Stephen King D's going forward, I'm buying a membership. While you talk now, I'm going on the Melbourne website and getting memberships. That was the most exciting I've seen Melbourne play in 10 years. What a game of football. Who got the points? Nas or Cozzy? Who was better?
Oh, Cozzy, what are they doing with Nas? Like, he's on the bench for so long. He's resting forward for too long. He's one of the best centre stoppage. Like, we saw parts of the game where there was him and Cozzy. When they get the ball, no one can touch them. And they just walk through. The Saints just couldn't get their hands on the ball. Felt like Sinclair wasn't in the middle a lot. Every time they looked at the bench, Sinclair was on. I'm like, are they only playing with Max Hall? Like, what the fuck is going on? You have to get him inside. I get it. When the ball goes forward, like, even we're like, where is he? And then he just kicks another goal, takes a mark. We're like, oh, there he is. But they don't have the personnel to consistently get the ball down to him. That was a track meet at stages. They just had the best superstars. And it was, how isolated did that game feel? Remember, like, you think back 3-4 years ago, it's just stoppage. That new out of bounds rule is so good. The ball just comes straight back in. Flying Ryan was taking marks. Latrell Pickett, exactly what he was doing in the preseason, taking like 5-6 bounces, left hand, right hand, like just these kicks around the corner that other guys won't attempt. That was such a fun game to watch. And I'm telling you, we've got a lot of Saints fans. I think Bally just tried to FaceTime you. He messaged me 3/4 times, said, I'm turning my phone off. Jim Gentle, if you're listening, said, I've got to stop listening to the fucking media. And I think we had a big part to do with it, Jev. I think we hyped up the Saints more than anyone. Everyone jumped on. And again, they were good for some stages, but oh my God, they went missing. They went missing and they couldn't put a cork in it.
Who the hell do they think Nas is? Who do they think they've got out there? Ablett Senior, Ablett Junior, and Andrew McLeod. Whatever happened to starting him at halfback, letting him get some ball in his hand, get his 20 touches, do 2 or 3 centre bounces a quarter, then maybe a few out of the goal squares a quarter? What were they doing that last quarter? Is he injured or something? Is he not fit enough? Has he got a tight hammy that we don't know about? He started the fourth quarter in the centre bounce, went to full forward, went to the bench, came off the bench to go back to full forward with 8 minutes to go. Yes, he had a shot on goal and missed it, but it's like, what happened to just getting the ball in his hands off halfback, letting him just work himself into the game by just getting more and more and more of the footy? They're getting it so wrong at the moment, and they're 0-2 because of it. And this is like Tom McCartan for the Swans last year when Dean Cox just left him as a forward. And then we were 0-2 and the season was over. The season is over from coaching mistakes already. And you're gone. I would feel sick if I was a Saints supporter. Melbourne played Cozzy Pickett to perfection. Heaps of centre bounces, bit of time at full forward. He kicked one, he missed one. He had his influence on everything. He looked dangerous everywhere he went. He ran out of gas a bit, so he was out of the goal square on Wilkie, looking dangerous. They just got Nas so wrong. Oh, my God. And they're going to rue it. They are going to rue it. And I'm going to ask you another question. How good is Max Gawn? How fucking good is Max Gawn? Just kingy at the end of it, just lauding him. But he didn't go on the bench in the second half, I think he said. What a player. He's like 43 years old, and he gave young Tom De Koning a bath, and then he just didn't go off. So you go, how good is Max Gawn, Das?
I said there's no bigger gap between a player at any position, between first and second, than what Max Gawn has done with the ruck position. As you said, he didn't go off, and it wasn't just the tap work and the work in defense, stepping around players, getting the ball out of bounds. Even Cade Chandler running all the way back and touching it before it went out of bounds. The Ds are across all the rules, and that's what we heard when Stephen King came in. Very analytic. Like, they would have gone through every game plan from top to bottom. But Max Gawn just said in an interview at the end, they're like, how come you didn't come off? He's like, well, I broke my finger, I think in Feb. So he's like, I couldn't do a lot of ball stuff. So he's like, I just worked on my running. He's like, I knew I was pretty fit. So he's like, you know what? Just keep me out there. I'm going to try and win it for the team. We have seen that like 50 times in his career, and that was vintage. If anyone does not say that he's the greatest ruckman of all time, go watch that game again. They've just paid Tom De Koning in this new setting of rules where he should be more agile, be able to jump better. And we saw Max in the first game being like, in the preseason, being like, I'm not really liking this jump rule. And then he got over the top of him, ran over the top of him, bodied him out at contest down the line, was forward of the ball, back with the ball. He kicked that clutch goal in the last quarter. He is the greatest ruckman of all time. And he'll probably get his 8th All-Australian this year. He'll dead set win his 8th All-Australian, and then we just put that conversation to bed.
He's the fucking man.
That was a master stroke. How good? I can imagine if the runner came out, do you want to come off? He's like, nah, I've got it.
He is the fucking man.
That is the father. He's just like, boys, I've got it.
As you said, the go back and kick it in the last quarter, the goal, that clearance out of the back line, as you said, that they touched, then that centre bounce that he chased up and handballed over the top to Cozzy as well. He just nailed his moments while De Koning was on the bench getting his breath back. De Koning's on 1.8 a year. Nas is on 2 million a year. That's 3.8 million a year. Gawn's probably on a 1.3 and Cozzy's on 1.4. What's that? 2.9 a year. And they just beat him. $1 million less to be better. I am so impressed. The kids, Max Hall was awesome. Yeah. I love Langford. I love Windsor. I love Latrell Pickett. Xavier Lindsay in the 5. Jeez, it looked weird seeing someone else in the 5. The kids were better. Van Ruin looked fantastic. Sign me up to the Stephen King Demons. That was fucking awesome. I'm so glad we started with that game. I was just, you're lying down on the couch Sunday arvo, like switch off, ready for another week, and you put a game like that on. Oh, man, that is going to win some football fans. That was 10 out of 10.
You know what? Sometimes it just... Over the last few years, you put these blockbuster games on Thursday, Friday night, and they just don't stack up. And you just put an odd game on a Sunday arvo, Correct. Channel 7, Foxtel, the 3:20 time slot, and it's a banger. You just finish the week really well. As we're doing it so far, we haven't checked the Gold Coast game, but there's going to be a lot to come out of this game. As you said, if they're expecting to play finals, their line was 12.5. I'm sure 2 weeks ago, heavy favourites. They're like, all right, we're going to beat Collingwood. We're going to beat the Ds, and then we have to go on the road a little bit now. We've got 2 of the Adelaide sides, and then we finally get a few games at Marvel, but you don't want to be starting zipping 2. We've seen teams do it before. Swans did it once. I think you guys were zipping 5. We saw Brisbane do it, zipping 3, zipping 4, but again, they're not one of these caliber sides just yet. But we have to say, how well will Jack Steele sleep tonight?
Oh, he'll feel good. Oh. Him and Max Gawn might not wake up tomorrow. They will be so happy. Oh, we called it last week as well. What did Jack Higgins do in the preseason, Das? Jesus, an underwhelming start. Yeah, he got that bit wrong in the last quarter where he missed, got the push in the back and missed again. Oh, we could talk about this game all day, but let's get on to the next game.
Let's move through, Jev. If you blink, you'll miss it. You've been talking about it. You've been pretty high on them. Posting a few videos about him. Saturday night primetime, Jev. It was alarming for the rest of the league. Talk to us about it.
Belt to our season, Das. Welcome to the fucking show, the Brisbane Lions. This game was over in 15 minutes. Bang. 15 minutes of game time and it was over. We were 5 goals up within 15 minutes. We were 40 points up with a minute to go in the first quarter and the game was over. We made the reigning premiers look jittery, looked like they had no idea what was going on, and we just ran at them a million miles an hour. The Jamaican track team was back. When they go, they fucking go. Curnow didn't have a kick. Warner had a quiet one, and it was just belt to ass. It was fucking belt to ass. And I said this, if your forwards are asleep, we're just going to sprint past you. And as soon as you put too many back to defend, you're just not going to kick enough goals to beat us. And I don't know, Heaney was special. Riley Bice was special. Amadi kicked 5. Blakey is on fire to start the year. We were just on fire. Errol, I might cry. I might shed an actual tear, but what do you want to say about this game, Das?
Yeah, you've got the best decoy in the league. The best. You can put Charlie Curnow on the other side of the ground. I don't know if this is a game plan, but you've got no Harris Andrews, which would have gone to him and guarded space. Instead, he gets Froggy Lester. Let's push him out of the way a bit. And so many balls were just going straight to Amadi in really good spots as well. He's giving teams so many headaches. He can bomb them from 50. Logan McDonald is starting to get on the end. And I don't know if this is a Richmond style of football, but you guys are just doing so much, just get it forward. Even if you come off your man, you're backing McCart and everyone else behind the ball to help mop it up, but you're just going forward, just dirty ball along the ground, and you guys are running in a wave. And your foot skills are elite. Everyone's on the same plan. So as soon as you get it, it's not someone goes over the other side of the ground. Everyone's just running in a wave forward.
Yeah.
Try and get as many numbers. The forwards are spreading out. No one's running in each other's lane. And it just looks surgical. Like, if you get the first clearance out of the middle, it's 1-2, game over. And as you said, it was just like a boxing fight. It's like you punched them in the nose. They had daisy feet, and they couldn't get their feet back under them until they kicked their first goal on the quarter-time siren with Charlie Cameron. Too little, too late. It was 40 points?
Yeah, and after that, after quarter time, Brisbane played well. Credit to Chris Fagan. Credit to the Lions, the premiership players, the experience. They started defending better. They just started playing better. We still beat them. We kicked 8 goals, they kicked 7. We kicked 8 goals, 14. They kicked like 7, 12. So even after quarter time, after the game was over, we still beat them again. I know they came with not their best list, but it was just over. Like, we just shocked them. And it happens quick with the Swans. And Chad said this was going to happen. And it was just, punch in the face over. And you're right. The way we run, but then with the guys with foot skills. So sometimes we just start handballing the ball in chaos, but we've obviously worked on it all off season. We just get someone out in the clear and they're out. Then if too many guys are close to the ball, it gets into the hands of a Lizard, of a Blakey, and they just of an Errol, and they just hit someone in the middle, standing by themselves, and we go the other way. And Charlie would have just been watching going, he couldn't get a kick. He would have just been spectating like, this is nice. I don't have to kick 5 for us to win. I've just been a decoy all day. Yeah, it was special to us. It was special. The Lions obviously weren't full strength. They'll be fine. But it's just scary of 15 minutes, game over.
I honestly don't think Charlie gives a fuck. Honestly, I don't think he cares. He'll have his games. He'll have his big games. He'll have his big moments. The one thing I wanted to ask, it's like, how concerning is it now? Because is Bailey back this week? Was he only a 1-weeker? Harris Andrews is a couple more weeks. Again, we know they can win a flag from 5th, but you've got to be winning your games early on the season just to give yourself a buffer. If you're only at eight games throughout the middle part of the season, then every game almost becomes a mini final.
Yep.
Like, it's just
must win. If it's must-win games from with 7 weeks to go before finals, it's too hard. It is too hard.
So, as you've just said before, Heaney, I think, is it just a awareness hamstring? And Goulden, what was it? You would know more than me on the Swans pages. I've only seen one thing.
So, we were sort of just talking about this in the group chat. So his shoulders popped in and out. So I'm not a shoulder expert. I never really did a shoulder. But they're saying he can either strap it up and play, or if he has to get surgery, it's going to be 16 weeks, which is fucking sad. So he'll miss we'll have 2 buys in that time. He'll miss about 14 games, probably 13 games. But then it's like, we play Hawthorn on a short break. We have a bye. Then we play West Coast, right? This is more. I'm just asking the question. If he just spends it would be 5 weeks from the end of that game to the start of the next. 5 weeks rehabbing and tightening his shoulder. Will he be better than he was? Yeah, I just don't know. Will he be able to just get it tight, strap it up, and play the season? He's a tough cookie, or is it too risky that if it pops out again, he's going to need surgery? This is the questions they're going to be asking. It's a crazy time. He was looking so good. I'm so flat. And then Heaney, I actually, I Snapchatted Bailey Humphrey about this. I'm like, did you see Heaney do his hammy? He's like, yeah. I'm like, is that what you did? And he's just like, that sort of looks what I did. Just sort of grabbed, nothing too bad, sort of feels like a cramp, a little pinch. Yeah. Got it rubbed. He never iced it. He was smiling while getting a rub. I think he's fine. As I said, he'll probably won't play Hawthorn on Thursday night. Then we get a bye. I'd say he'll be right after that. So Heaney's not so much a worry, I don't think. Errol is a worry. I'll be so flat for him if it's fucking 16 weeks. And he'll play again. Like, we'll see him play the last 8-9 games. He'll get there, but imagine how flat he'll be. One thing, though, Das, last year he broke his leg. This year, shoulder. Soon as he can start running again, imagine how hard he'll fucking train to get himself back out in the field. He already trains hard. I would love to know his rehab program on his legs. He will bust his ass.
Yeah, it feels like, you got to pull the trigger on it, don't you? It's either, hey, can you deal with the pain and we push through? Because if you push through for 5 weeks and you're like, no, we can't, then you're 5 weeks behind the 8 ball on the surgery, on the comeback time. So if you leave it too long, you might miss the finals push. But, it's alarming. I can't wait to see the Swans play. At the moment, you've played probably 3/4 of footy in 2 games. So that's all you've needed. So I'm excited to see, again, it's annoying that you don't have Goulden there because you want to see the best teams with everyone. I thought one guy I do want to touch on, though, Callum Mills, stood up heaps early, sat in the hole, looked strong, played like the captain, I thought. Was there anyone else that sort of stood out? Or was there anyone that was concerning?
Tom McCartan basically having 30 touches as a key back. I don't know if you saw after the game, they were doing interviews. He was on 25 at 3/4 time. They're like, he's going to get 30. And then he said, I got tagged out of it in the last quarter. He only got the 2 touches. He didn't. He just couldn't get the ball. Riley Bice looked great. He just looks like a VFL player that doesn't give a shit. He's like, I'm just going to run off and try and create stuff. And he was good. Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm happy. It looks different. They've changed. They even made Logan McDonald look great. He kicked the 2. Heaney only had 2 goals, 16 touches. What did Chad, Errol, 1 goal, 20 touches, and Chad had 15 touches or something.
Yeah, it was pretty quiet.
You think Errol 20, Heaney 16, and Chad 15, and we've absolutely done the Lions. Done them. That's a combined 50 touches, and we've done them. So it's good signs. It just shows, it's not about it's the superstars getting the ball in the right spot, but apart from that, just move it quick, get it down there.
Quick roasting, I have to go through. Obviously, when the Lions get someone like a Josh Dunkley in, he's a winner. He elevates the floor. He just shows what you bring. So the Lions have brought in Oscar Allen, Jev, and he's just brought the losing culture from West Coast. I guarantee that first half last week against the Dogs, he would have been like, how good's this? We're winning. He's got his little party song on. He's happy to be part of it at the Gabba. Jev, he's had 5 touches, hasn't had a shot on goal. He has been underwhelming, to say the least, and Lions fans would be so shattered.
Oh, he looks so average, doesn't he? It's sad. It's fucking sad. I don't know. I don't want to be harsh, but anyway.
No, we're allowed to.
That game, that was over 15 minutes. All right, we're going back to Thursday night.
Yeah.
Back to Thursday night. I can't wait to hear from a Carlton players.
Jev, what is the definition of an abattoir?
I've got no idea.
It's a slaughterhouse, specialised facility designed for the humane killing and processing of livestock such as cattle, sheep and pigs into meat for human consumption. If that ball was livestock, there were 46 butchers out on the MCG. Jev, that was one of the worst ball use games I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if it's recency bias, but it's the worst win I've ever felt and been a part of. 6 goals in the first, 3 in the second. We don't kick another goal till 3 minutes to go in the game. Harry was getting bodied by Noah Bolter. The Hollands boys looked gassed. Chester was over kicking. Cripps was missing goals. The Tom Lynch experience was the closest thing I've ever seen to a prime Joe Danaher. That last quarter, I'm either really up and about or I'm really quiet. I was just like, just scarf, hood on, and just every Tom Lynch goal, just shank. And then he finally kicked that one. I'm just like, fuck me. Like, it was, I don't know what it looked like on TV live. It was bad, Jev. It was a shocking game of football.
It was horrible. Das, if Tom Lynch was the pilot of 9/11, the Twin Towers would still be standing. He missed left, he missed right. You know that Mitchell Johnson chant? We can start that for Tom Lynch. He misses to the left. He misses to the right. Tommy Lynch kicks like shite. Oh, God, that was hard to watch. He just had to kick one of any of them. Apart from that 50 he got, he had to kick one of them. And they win the game. And you're like, how good do the Tigers look? How good does Sam Grill look? How good does Thingy look? And instead, he just kicked him everywhere. Oh, man. And some guys in our group chat were like, to have 9 shots on goal at his age is impressive. And it was. He had a big game, but just fucking hell. My God, that was a hard watch.
Let's stay on this topic as a positive. But, Jev, if you were starting a side in Tassie, are you taking Sammy Laylor or are you taking Jagger Smith?
I'm taking Sam Laylor. I like Sam Laylor more. Just what he did the other night. You can just see Dusty. I'm sorry. Oh, you can just see Dustin Martin. Big moments, less touches, bigger moments. That goal he kicked where he just sort of grabbed it off the contest and just finished it. Oh, he's just a star. Who are you taking, Das?
Or I'm going to keep watching a little bit more, but I can tell you this right now, that Sammy Laylor is the biggest 19-year-old I've ever seen in my life. Remember last year we sat virtually the front row for that game?
Yeah.
I walked down the front for a little bit because I went to get a photo. He is the biggest 19-year-old I've ever seen in my life.
He's huge,
like,
man.
Shoulder to shoulder, back. He played a lot more midfield than I expected, and he ran really well. He ran with Walsh, I think, for the first quarter. But, yeah, a lot of their young kids had a crack. I thought Jagger actually did have a crack. His ball use was far from amazing, but he just wanted to run, wanted to get into the game. But I want to know, how much money should Carlton throw at a club like Adelaide to get a Thilthorpe or a Fogarty?
Oh,
Like,
God.
I want to know how much money we have because we do not have a forward. Watching that game in transition, once it got past halfway, there was no game plan. Harry isn't it. He's not it. The half forwards, like the Holland boys, look gassed. No one could kick. Like, no one in our team could kick. Yeah. And it was the worst, like, 3/4 time. The crowd's meant to be buzzing. Both sides were like,
what the fuck is this?
You can go back. I watched some of the last quarter. Lead balloon. It was a shocking game of football.
It really was. It was horrible.
And again, you try and be optimistic coming, as I always will be, and you watch and you're like, this is bad. And then when you hear Cripps in the post game, he's like, stick with us. Again, he's got to say, roll that out again. But he's like, it's going to be a bit of a tough year. But it's just like, that was bad. That was a horrible game of football, Jev.
It's one of those things. Jake Waterman says it. He loves the traditionalist of Carlton, Richmond starting the season. That game can't, opening round was so much better than that. That game can't start the season. But knowing you've got Jagger versus Sam Laylor for the next 12 years to start the season is also fucking awesome. But that, Blues fans or Tigers fans cannot whinge about opening round anymore if you're going to dish up that rubbish. Oh, man, it was just an experience watching that game. Jagged ass, I don't want to be a negative Nelly. Is he a little skinny? Is he just a tiny bit? I know he stops on a dime, freak runner, freak evasiveness. He's like a disappearing act. But I just he's going to get tagged this year. It depends how well Carlton are going, but teams aren't going to let him run around and have 30. Some teams will just go, we're going to beat Carlton no matter what, no matter how many he has. But imagine a Josh Dunkley played on him. He would just maul him, wouldn't he? He's a little slide. I remember we said that ACL will be one of those things where he'll come back built like Will Ashcroft. He spends a year in the gym getting his man body earlier than he needs to be, and then he's just come back. He's come back 64 kilos, Darth. Is he on the Ollie Hollands diet or something? Do him and Ollie Hollands live together and just share a pasta or something? I thought he'd come back a little bigger. I'm not trying to be a dog, but is he a fraction slight? It's my only he's awesome and everything. It's my only knock.
He's tiny. Even you look at Harry Dean, he's still little for a key. All these guys are going to fill out. I remember when Jacob Wiedering came in, like he's a key defender, but now he's like a brick. So even Nick Dacos was so skinny.
Yeah,
so
Nick Dacos
skinny
from the start to now. Yeah.
So yeah, like he'll fill out, and yeah, as I said, at least we know eye test now. We've had 2 games. Everyone knows exactly where Carlton should be at this year.
Yeah.
And it's going to be alarming. I don't know why Carlton put them on primetime games. These games have to be like on a Saturday Arvo game.
Saturday
night. Bury them on a
mixed
Saturday
together.
Arvo game. Everyone will be happy to go to them. But yeah, this is going to be 2 average sides. I actually feel pretty good about, as long as they can keep everyone the Tigers, I reckon they'll take some scalps.
Yeah, for sure.
I reckon they'll take some scalps this year. That once the crowd gets loud, Jev.
Yeah, they love them.
Oh, they get fucking loud. But yeah, Carlton was shit. Richmond were horrible. And that was a shocking game that we can bury for the rest of the time. Let's get into Friday night. Another bang on average game. Jev, Hawks Bombers, take us away. And then I've got a bit to talk through as well.
What the hell did Essendon do all off season? Absolutely nothing has changed. I hate saying this because I caught up with a few of our Bombers mates yesterday and I can generally see the hurt on their face and in them. But I actually don't think we will ever see Essendon win a premiership in our lifetime. It's fucked. They are so far behind the competition. It isn't funny. We know through great sourcing how hard the Suns train, the Swans, the Giants, the Crows. They notoriously train so hard, those clubs. I don't think Essendon train as hard as those clubs. Brad Scott already looks defeated. He said he wasn't surprised. This looks exactly like the end of last year. The result could have been acceptable if Zach Merritt played for the Hawks. And they had Farrow, Roby, another first rounder on the field. And it's like, yes, we have 5-6 debutants out there taking our lumps, but it's for the future. But they've kept Zach Merritt. And it's the same old shit they always dish up without the Hawks' 3 first rounders. They are still trotting out this weird list of guys in their prime with young kids, with like average as role players, guys that aren't that good. I don't know. It is just horrendous for the Bombers, Das. It is so bad. You go.
Yeah, it's pretty much like I was just writing notes while I was watching. I'm like, the Bombers come to the game, they do a full preseason, they didn't trade Merritt, and last year's in the past, so they had so many injuries, 15 debutants last year. Then they rock up to this big game, Jev, and get opened up like a piñata at a Mexican party. Dersma's wearing one of Yasmin's headbands. So is his brother. Both of them have the big black headbands. 2 meter Peter not wanting to crash packs and like trying to call for balls out the back like he's Jack Higgins. Like, I'd love to give him a bit of love, but that first 35 minutes, like Nate Caddy had a really big tackle on Weddle, which was nice. Sharp kicked his first goal, ended up kicking 2 in the first half. Durham kicked a few. Parrish got his hands on the ball. And then in forward transition, they just let the Scissor Sisters run forward. Connor McDonald, no one was on him. That's what we expected the last week, which we didn't get to see. Connor McDonald shut the game out early. Weddle had the ball on the 50-metre mark, standing there, probably about 50, and no one manned the mark. No one manned the mark. And he's looking around. What is a player, as you said, Jev, if he got 9 kicked on him last week, what does he need? A bit of confidence. How about a layup? That is an AFL layup. Run in and just bury it from 55. Like, the craft of Jack Gunston. And I was listening to Gary Lyon. He's like, if you're a forward, you have to go, I'm not sure how you get the footage, or go to a game and watch him behind the goal, but he doesn't stop moving. And he just goes back, forward, and all you see is the camera go to him, and he's got space, but he's just doing so much work behind the ball. And, yeah, it was 10:25 to go in the second quarter. The Hawks are up 45-39, and then Chol goal, Wizard goal, Massimo goal, Gunston kicks his third, Ned Reeves kicks a goal. There's 25 seconds left, and you just got to stop the bleeding. There's another clearance, and the Wiz kicks one on the outside of his boot. Game over. Game over in 10 minutes.
They're clearly not fit enough, the Bombers. Parrish's first quarter was great. It was great. Everyone's like, yes, it's so good to have Parrish, some clean hands around the stoppage. He just disappeared. I don't get, and I asked the Bombers supporters about this, I would take a bullet for Sam Durham, Das. He is just a fucking maniac. He bleeds red and black. He'd do anything for the club. Why isn't he on ball with his effort and stuff? But they're like, because he's the only one that competes in the forward line and flies for a mark and puts on pressure. So they need him down there. So it's like, what? They're stuck in the mud, trotting out Parrish, Caldwell, these guys that all do the same thing. It must do your head in. Das, just speaking about Durham and Jai Newcomb, they're nearly my two favourite players in the league. Want to know why? Because they were tradies that got mid-season draft and now they're on $1 million a year to play footy. That's my fucking dream. They live my dream. They don't go to work 7 till fucking 4 anymore. They play footy for $1 million a year. They made it out. So I love Durham and I love Jai Newcomb. Oh man, they stink though, the Bombers.
So I came out at the start of the year and look, you hit on some things and you miss on some things. After watching the Bombers, is there potential you think they can win the wooden spoon?
100%.
It's $7. It's a good bet. It's a great bet.
Depends how well the Hawks, Eagles go today. But anyway, Das, when the Hawks, you go.
Yeah, sorry, you go.
When the Hawks midfield get on top, like they did against the Bombers, Nick Watson is a problem. I know they love him around centre bounces and all that stuff, but when he just plays solely in that forward 50, he is a problem. He kicked 2 goals 2 opening round, and you could probably say Fonte got the better of him. Then he kicked 4 goals 2 the other night when the Hawks started pouring it on, and he just looks so dangerous. He's had 10 shots at goal in 2 weeks. There's a bag of 10 coming this year. There's a bag of 10 coming. Him versus Wicks this Thursday night is popcorn because Wicks got him last year in opening round, and they haven't played each other since. When he's hot, he's hot.
Is it the G?
It's at the G, Thursday night.
I was going to say, you guys can't play 3 games in a row at the SCG to start the year. He's great. You know what I reckon? A bit more maturity in the Wiz. You know, the last couple, like his first year, very like animated, very celebrating, babe. He just looks like he's kicking goals. He's just like, all right, let's go back to work. He looks great. And look, some of his ball use out of the midfield, a few dinky kicks forward. But there was that one in the first quarter where he got it and he just popped it over his head. And then I think Reeves got it and got it to Connor McDonald for his second goal. He just kept the ball moving. Just kept it going. So he's very smart. I'm really enjoying just watching him go to work. And yeah, I think he's going to have either mark of the year or goal of the year. It'll be one of them. He'll have a nice run down like the side like of a wing. He'll do like a buddy from the other side. He's so good to watch. I do have a watch here as well that we did say. Now, thanks to Statmate, before the game, we did mention on the pod, Dill Moore, he only had the 24 touches, but for 25 disposals, this was a hot stat. He was paying $4.20. Okay. So his last 5 games at the MCG now, it's 27, 25, 32, 26, and 24 on the weekend. Yeah. So Dill Moore, non-captaincy, non-leadership Dill Moore, he felt like he had a bit to prove. Yeah. I feel he went missing in some games last year. Him, Connor McDonald now, I don't know, they were just... I feel like every time one of them got near it or they kicked a goal, the boys really rallied. So they obviously, they're pretty shattered about what they did, even though it's the funniest thing of all time. I want to see footage of them up in the scissor.
Das, do you know what the definition of gaslighting is?
Give it to me.
The practice of psychologically manipulating someone into questioning their own sanity, memory, or powers of reasoning. Das, Zach Merritt should be filthy. So... what's his name? Andrew McGrath and the other one. I should have looked this up. I should have wrote my note. Mason Redman. Gaslit Zach Merritt. They made him feel bad for shopping himself around, for requesting a trade. They were filthy at him. They had to have a sit down, a 3-hour coffee to just air everything out. Filthy at him for shopping around. He should be filthy at them because nothing's fucking changed. They were dog shit again, those two. They were horrible. I don't know who... Mason Redman and McGrath were on Moore, McDonald, Watson, Ginnivan. They all had career days. So, no one... Zach Merritt must be sitting there going, no, this is what I'm fucking filthy at. Stop gaslighting me. I'm the problem. You fuckwits are the problem. He would be furious. Furious. They gaslit him all off season, saying we are filthy at him. All this, and they just haven't changed. Oh, I would be so angry if I was Zach Merritt.
What's Jai Caldwell doing? Is he working on his tan or he's running? Jeff, what's he been doing in the off-season? He's looking bronze.
we got to move on before we just rip the vomits more. GWS Dogs, Das, I'm referring to you at this game. You were there, boots on the ground, at the Bontempelli show. Talk to me.
Yeah, so I think we can agree. Some players have now separated themselves as the best players in the comp. Now, there's a question I want to pose to you, and whether this is just because of the team, but the question coming into this year is to tag or not to tag. So we'll get to the Pies a little bit later, but Matty Nicks said post-game, it's a team effort, and as a team, can we contain the transporters? What he says, Nick Dacos, he's in one spot, then he's the other. Can we contain him to his 30 disposals, but can we make it non-effective?
Yep.
So that's what he said. So they obviously didn't try and tag him because you can't risk this with Marcus Bontempelli because they had 11 goals from clearance, 5 from centre clearance. Bond had 18 and 3 at halftime, and it was game over. Kingsley said in the post-game, because I wanted to listen to what he had to say, he said in the post-game that we put someone to him in the second half. He had 15 disposals and no more shots on goal. So I would say that's a win in that coach's box in that category. But the game was over. Yeah, so you let him have 18 and 3 early. It was domination. So the Giants did not have an answer. They got punched in the nose. They got rocked. The same as exactly what we said, Brisbane. And then there was no coming back from that. So I'm not sure if you watched the game or if anyone hasn't watched the game. The first 5 minutes, there was no one standing on Bond at these stoppages, and the ball was coming into him. I can't explain. It was like a senior playing under 16s. Yeah. And the ball just comes through him, walking through. No one put a glove on him. And once the Dogs got a run on, the Giants conceded. It was like watching an NBA game. Yeah. Like, the starters just shut, and the game was just shut down.
Weird as.
Like we left at 3/4 time to beat the traffic, and I just watched the rest of my phone. I'm like, the game's over. Sting's out of the game. It was gone. So I'll let you touch on Bond first, but there is, I think, again, we're saying that there's the top teams separating from the bottom teams. There's the top players separating from the bottom players.
Yeah, he's so good. But like Adam King, so the Giants kicked 11 goals in the first half to the Dogs kicked 11 goals in the first half to the Giants 4, right? And Bonts walked off with 18 and 3. Then he's tagged him. The Dogs have kicked 10 goals in the second half to the Giants 3. So, like, they've just smashed him in both halves. This is twice they've done an absolute number on GWS under the lid in Marvel in the last 6 months. Yeah. Round 21 last year, round 1 this year. They've absolutely done a number on them. GWS scored 44 last year, 53 this time. The Dogs are going to be a problem under the lid. Like, a problem. It doesn't matter what opposition comes. It's like, just come compete with our talent. Watch us run. Watch this ball fling around. Try and stop us. And Sam Darcy was good. He walked off with 4. But credit to Aaron Norton. Like, what did he kick? 6, 1, 15 touches. Was he just the man that, like the decoy in a way? He just found himself open.
So, time to have the discussion. Will Aaron Norton kick more goals than Sam Darcy in 2026?
I think we've missed a trick not backing Aaron Norton to win the Coleman. We've missed an absolute trick.
We still can. He's $21.
We have to.
So, watching it, Sam Darcy, they put him up the field a little bit more, and he does rotate. Remember, we're like, why isn't he just playing more key forward? Plays a lot more ruck and comes off a lot more. I'd have to go back and check time on ground. But even going inside forward 50... it's like the Giants were so wary of having to have another defender to slide towards Darcy. Yeah. And they eye in Aaron Norton, who's actually a very good lead. Really good lead up at the ball, comes out at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and he does have really good hands. His first half of last year, he could not kick at all. So pretty much in the back half of last year, he kicked over 50 goals. And he's carried that over to this year. This is again, like $21 for the Coleman. Yeah. It's... because Darcy has been going up into the ball. I was just watching. I'm like, fuck, Norton's the only one playing a little bit more deep for so much longer. I'll actually check their time on ground now. But, yeah, mate, he was so impressive, Aaron Norton. Actually, even balls that were both, like, in the same vicinity. Like, Norton would just come through 1,000,000 miles an hour. So, 81% game time, and what was Sam Darcy? Fair. Yeah, so about the same game time.
Yeah. Just for anyone listening, if this is your first time listening to The Roast, I've said this before. I actually think Marcus Bontempelli is the perfect footballer. And if I was to describe Marcus Bontempelli, you know, if you bought the AFL video game or you buy the NBA video game or whatever, and you're building a 99 overall character, and you are building size, strength, can take a mark, clean, beautiful kick, can kick a goal, you are dead set building Marcus Bontempelli. I think he's the perfect footballer. I got no other way to describe him. 33-3. I think he's been the best player in the comp for the last 10 years. Probably, so it's 2016 he won the flag, so 10 years ago. I think he hasn't got a Brownlow medal to his name, and I think he's been the best player to play the game in that 10-year stretch, and I don't think it's actually very arguable. I just think he's just better than everyone. Every single pyramid, he's 1 or 2 to me. 1, 2 or 3. He's on that first or second row. He's just a star. He's just a star.
There are so many players we could roast from the Giants, but the game was done. One player that I will not roast is Finn Callahan. Tried his ass off. He had like 16-2 at halftime.
Yeah.
And he was visibly coming off upset, like off the ground. You just them in the middle. Tim English was he was too tall for Briggs. Because you know how the ruckman used to be able to run in and like jostle and then tap? Now that it's like a jump ball, he would go up. It'd be one touch Richards, Kennedy out the back, Bontempelli, shoulders out, Norton.
Yeah.
And that's why, again, they had 11 goals from clearances, 5 from centre clearance.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And because the centre bounce is so big, it's like the wingers, they don't even have a chance to come in. Or the half forwards don't even have a chance to come up and hit the stoppage. The ball's gone. So, yeah, as you said, it's going to be lights out at Marvel in a lot of games this year.
Oh, they're going to kick 125 points a game there. Dust, did Jesse Hogan look injured or something? He had that shot in the first quarter he missed. Then he passed one off for some reason that he usually goes back and buries. And then he just didn't get near it apart from that. Did he look injured or did you just have a shocker?
Yeah, both. Everything that you saw against the Hawks, it was the opposite. Iden was fumbly. Connor Brown couldn't get a hold of it. Himmelberg just wasn't able to impact as much. Laverde took a few nice marks, but again, they weren't able to create any run. Yeah. No run at all. Toby was visibly upset. Oh, he's so funny. When you watch him live, there was a free kick given, and you know that he heard that it was a free kick coming back, but the Bulldog player kept running, and rather than hold out, he still decked him, and he's like, oh, what? I thought he was still in play, and you know that he heard. He was just so upset with his own game. He was able to go back and kick a goal, but yeah, again, it's like, what do you take from the Giants? This is exactly what they've been the last couple of years.
Yeah. And they'll go home and a good team will come to their home ground. They'll give them the business. And it's like, this is the Giants' dust. Just a quick update before we go to the next game. Christian Petrarca's kicked 3 goals in the first quarter.
No, he has not.
He's kicked 3 in the first quarter. They're up 45-7 and Noah Anderson's had 1 goal and 12 touches.
Oh, my God.
It's quarter time. He started hot.
This could have been Bear.
I know. This was supposed to be our man, Bailey, and I was Snapchatting him. He's like, it's just a 1-week hammy. I'm fine. And he sent me a Snapchat and he was driving to the Oval because he had to do some extra running and he was filthy about it. I'm like, bro needs to be out there playing. Anyway, you got anything more on that game or is that just...
It was just, I just can't... I'm just excited for the next month of footy because everything's very up in arms at the moment. It's like we're only getting a small sample size. I can't wait to see what happens to the Saints. What happened to the Swans with the injuries? Again, all these sides. Brisbane, how can GWS come back? Are the Bulldogs going to be able to hold up with this pace? So, yeah, I'm just excited for the next month. But let's get into the next game. I had to go back and really watch this properly. But Cats Freo, Jev.
Dust, the Cats are back. This is exactly the win they needed. They were gone. If their last 3 games were embarrassed in the grand final, embarrassed on the Gold Coast, and then embarrassed at home to Freo, I don't care who you are. Doubt was going to start creeping in. But you get that win, that winning feeling back in the club again, and everything changes. All self-belief comes back. Imagine Essendon right now. Did you know Essendon have lost 13 in a row last year to finish the year, and now they're first of 2026. So they are on a 14-game losing streak. They have no idea how to win at the moment. So a win is what they say. It hasn't been perfect, but it just solves everything for Geelong. They just got the win they needed. They know what winning looks like again. They can feel it again. It's all they needed to ask. The Cats are back for sure.
Now, thanks to StatMate, I was able to check this. Did you know this is Fremantle's biggest opening quarter at an away ground ever?
Ever. 50 points.
52 points. So
wow.
Shy was kicking goals. Sarong front running, kicking goals. Just under 4 minutes to go in the first, Tanner Bruin goes to switch it. And O'Driscoll comes off his man 30 metres, hits it, spoils Sam de Koning, handballs off to Voss, gets it back, cuts back in, left foot goal. And it's just like, here comes Fremantle. There's just manic pressure. Like that was an effort ball. Like that's just not an intercept. Like he had to come off his man and do that. Isaiah Dudley was hitting the scoreboard. Murphy Reid was kicking goals where he opened his account last year and kicked 4. And then there was a photo at halftime when Fremantle were drinking their water. And I zoomed in. Did you know what Fremantle were drinking?
What?
They were drinking their own bathwater, Jev. And you know what they were reading? The Western Australian newspaper articles that they were just to be about written for them the next day because they had no answers. Sean Manor, the toughness of Tom Atkins, the cowboy Neil kicked 5 goals. The poor women in Geelong. Oh, the poor young women. There's 5 wheelchairs going out his front door this morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, all in their own maxis. Oh, my God. That was just clinical. That was just clinical Geelong, and we're watching it, and you're just like, they're going to come back here. Hayden Young couldn't get his hands on it. Brayshaw couldn't get his hands on it. And the Cats just clamped it down. Bailey Smith kicked that goal late. Jez got himself involved. It's just such a Geelong win. They are spoiled. If you are a Geelong fan, I'm sick of you. Like, they would win that game, Jev, and they'd just be like, nah, wish we won by more. Like, they're just used to winning. They're numb to winning. And it just does my head in.
Bro, Andrew Brayshaw was filthy. He didn't get picked in the Vic side. So how does he respond? How does Bro respond? 14 touches, 1 in the last quarter. What is Hayden... Like, I already think Hayden Young's a bit overrated. I just think he's a bit of a myth. The way he gets talked about and the way what we actually see is different. 1 and 16. I don't know. Are the Guinness Dockers back? Fucking Justin Longmuir whinged in the presser after the game that the teams that played opening round have an advantage. Matty Nix and the Crows didn't whinge. They just handled business on the road. If you kick 50 points in the first quarter and you're basically 40 points up, don't whinge. Just handle business like other premiership caliber, prelim caliber teams do. They handle business. No excuses. Just handle it. No excuses. You cannot kick 50 points in the first quarter, be 40 points up, and whinge that Geelong played opening round and lose. And your fucking star midfielders have 30 touches combined. Not good enough. I'm sorry.
Is that the biggest cop-out you've ever heard? I heard that this morning.
Piss.
50 points up practically in the first quarter, and then you've complained that you didn't get to play the week before. Play a fucking practice match. What are we talking about? You're a professional team.
Soft.
I have to mention, is anyone's stocks gone down more to become a coach than Nathan Buckley? So Chris Scott gave him the keys to the midfield against the Suns last week, and they got romped. Like, they got posted in the mail and sent back to Geelong. Did you see at quarter time? Chris Scott was just going through all the coaches, ripping into him. I reckon he's like, what the fuck are you watching on your iPad? He's watching the new fucking Marvel trailer. He said, fuck off. He's like, I'll take over the midfield. And then Bucks was just in the box for the rest of the game. So that's how you coach. Like, what were they doing in the first quarter? Oh, it's just unbelievable.
Let's go. Collingwood, Adelaide. This is how you handle business on the road. You just come against your bogey side, who you always sort of choke against. You always play down. You feel the pinch, and you fucking handle business. I just love they got this win on the road, Das. I'm so happy for them. What do you got?
Yeah, I love what I saw from Adelaide. We said last year the way that Matty Nix was able to take them from a side, whether 4 wins or whatever, and they identified, they're like, how can we score? Well, we've got Rankin usually in the side. We've got Tex, we've got Thilthorpe, we've got Fogarty, we've got Pedler down there, we've got Ben Keys, guys that can like run hard and hit the scoreboard. So let's just move the ball fast. And we saw that again throughout stages of this game. So I like what I saw. Again, no Rankin, no Mitch Hinge, no Dan Curtin. All those guys are starters. Defense looked great. Worrell had 13 in the first quarter, just stood up like the leader. He looked like a guy that I didn't get my All-Australian jacket. I'm just going to come out and play. Wayne Miller, I'm sorry. I wasn't familiar with your dash. Maybe it was the fluoro boots. But you need guys that can break lines out of defense. And he didn't play every game last year, and they missed it. So he finished with 34 disposals last night, and he went at 94% efficiency. So, again, the yellow boots made him stand out, but he was rock solid. And, yeah, again, it's just like, what would another club pay for to have one of those 3 forwards? I know if Tech's a little bit older now, but our man Ben Keys, again, you've just got to put someone timing to him the entire game. Kicked arguably goal of the year so far, ran through, got it left foot check side, and he iced the game for him. That was just a professional win, and that was a long time coming. That was a long time coming win. And it just makes me think with how quick Adelaide were able to move the ball and the high marking game that Collingwood played against St Kilda last week, are they just trying to put paper mache over the cracks and realise we're actually not a quick side? The only way we can move the ball is with kicking. Obviously, kicking's always going to outpace a human running. But is that what they're trying to do? They're like, we actually can't hold on to these guys that can run really fast. We just need a controlled tempo. So, again, Matty Nicks came out and said, we didn't tag him. We just needed to put time into him around the clearances and stuff. Again, he's going to have his 30, but we said it's a team effort, and we hope that his 30 doesn't disrupt the scoreboard. And, so Team Adelaide won. So I'm interested to see when they verse the Dogs if they do the same against Bond.
Dash, you asked me on the Tuesday on our 100K show that comes out Thursdays, did I like the Collingwood high uncontested mark game plan? And I said I don't because it's too easy to game plan against. If you know a team's a bit slow, they don't have a heap of talent forward of the ball, which Collingwood don't. You know they have to chip it, so you just press up and you make it hard for them, and they don't have the sort of talent behind and head of the ball. I don't know if you saw, Das, because I did see. Out the front of the MCG after the game, there was Swoop Luke, Eddie Maguire, Peter Hallier, our man DT from Statmate, Story, our other man Story, were writing a petition. Get Isaac Quainer off Riley Thilthorpe. He gave him a bath. Riley Thilthorpe looked incredible, our man Liver King. He looked great, and Quainer was playing as a key defender. So this was a corner TV game for me. Bill Simmons calls it a corner TV. This is on my laptop, and I obviously had the Swans on the main screen with the Swans sound on. So I was just looking down, looking back up. Then it finished after, and Kingy showed these highlights how the Crows were kicking it differently, like just spots you don't usually kick. They were doing strange kicks, and every single mark taken in the forward 50 of Kingy's highlights was on cue. Isaac Quainer would have had a Josh Weddle 7 kicked on him, I reckon. They just got him. I'm so happy for the Crows. They came into this game with so much pressure. Finish first, straight sets, a couple of injuries. Collingwood already played last week and had a massive win, and they just fucking handled business. It shows how hard they train as a football club, how serious they're taking winning this premiership, how they're not letting it rock them. Super impressed. Jordan Dawson looked good. Thilthorpe looked great. Josh Worrell is a star. They just handle business. I'm so impressed. And I think it's going to be a tough year for Collingwood Das. They're going to need teams to kick. They're going to have to keep teams to under 85, and they're going to kick 80 just. They don't have the talent ahead of the ball or behind the ball at the moment. I don't think they're very good. They're still going to win teams, but it's like the way we've described Ross Lyon the last couple of years. He can coach the jocks off any given Sunday to beat that team. I think that's what Collingwood have to be. How do we beat X this week? And we got to stop this, tag this, have a number back, and we just hope we win in the last quarter. They're not going to blow teams out this year, Das. They're just not good enough.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, you're kicking 70, 80 points a game. You're just not going to be able to keep up with the big boys.
They kicked 79 this week and 78 last week. They haven't even cracked 80 yet, and they're 1-1. They don't look like Jack Buller from the Swans. He's not the answer. He'll be a good player for him, but he's not the guy.
Yeah, who's been more underwhelming? Collingwood's forward power, or who else has been a bit underwhelming? Bo McQuarrie's haircut.
That stank. Did you see Carl Daniels today? That stank.
Look like Jay from the In-Betweeners. Yeah.
So umpires get the stats. Nick Dacos walks off with 2 goals to 33 touches. Does he get the 3 votes?
Did you see he kicked his last goal with 20 seconds to go?
20 seconds to go. They kept handballing it to him in weird spots. Does he get the 3? They're great numbers, and he was good. But was he the best player on the ground? I'm not sure.
Wayne Miller was awesome.
Wayne Miller was awesome. Thilthorpe was so good. See, they had Thilthorpe in centre bounces with McAndrew. McAndrew was in the ruck. Thilthorpe was playing as a centre bounce. I love that. Like the way they use Wiz, like just run through a stoppage. Imagine the Wiz is playing on Thilthorpe and he has to try and tackle him. Like, I just love that. I love because they talk about how fit he is and stuff. So yeah, I'm so impressed with the Crows. Good on him.
Another guy I want to say before we move on to the last game, guy that put his hand up, Braden Cook. So he had 19 and 1. Like midfielder sort of can play forward. He's 190 centimetres. He's 23. Hard team to crack into, but he took his moments, kicked a really nice goal. And again, they just look like a really fit side. I love Matty Nix. I love the way that he talks. They were so disappointed they went out straight sets last year. So yeah, I'm just really excited to watch them push through for the next few games. But let's get into the final game. Because somebody learned how to putt. Oh, Jev, North Melbourne, they held up like Rahul Dravid. Like they were just there, just the stone wall. Port Adelaide do not have a leg to stand on. Do not have a leg to stand on. When you don't take any player in the draft, it means you're saying our list is good. We're happy with everyone we have in the building, and that is final. You have to go out and consistently try and get your list better. And again, Butters was amazing. I was doing a rolling bet from $50 and we roll over a stat. The last one was Butters for 25. He only had 23 and I was fucking shattered. That's all right. This doesn't even need video. I'll just go audio on this bit. But again, North Melbourne, this was exactly what they did against Melbourne last year. They got a run on and the crowd got behind them. Zerha got involved. Harry Sheezel was running with the footy. It never felt like their defense was under the pump, Jev, ever. They had Todd Marshall go back behind the footy. Again, had some really nice kicks, but then they didn't have anything going forward. They had no chain of handballs. Again, whether Horn Francis is still underdone, wasn't able to get on top of it or have an impact to the game. And again, North Melbourne, this is exactly what we want to see. If you're the North Melbourne fan base, you just want to see a win. And they came out and fucking smashed them. 46 points. 46 points. And one that we spoke about on the pod, Jev, I said, put it on watch. Cooper Trembath. He's now played 4 games and he's kicked 3 goals in every game.
Yeah.
He's kicked 3 goals. He looks like he could bench press a ton. He's got the biggest pecs I've ever seen a player have. Him and Jack Darling both look like actual kangaroos. So, yeah, this is an awesome game. You would be so happy if you're a North Melbourne fan tonight. Shout out Dan Maloney.
Shout out. Go camera on and off again quickly. We've lost Darcy. He's heating up. His room's heating up. He's heating up in there. Darcy, you know when a team grows up before your eyes. They're a young team, 100 first-round draft picks. They're just young. You're like, they're young, it's coming. And then at the click of a fingers, they look like an experienced veteran team ready to win. That's what North Melbourne look like today. Tristan Jerry's 27, LDU's 26, Larky's 27, Zerha's 27, Paul Curtis is 23, Sheezel's 21 but nearly played 100 games, Charlie Combin's 24, and then Finn O'Sullivan, your second year, you're a future midfielder for us, pick 2, go tag Zach Butters and learn what it's like to be the best player in the comp. They looked experienced, they looked bigger bodies, they just looked huge, they looked like smart, reliable footballers. I was so impressed. Cam Zerha and Paul Curtis looked like Tony Modra in the first quarter. They were flying and marking everything. You cannot bag that. It's just one of those things. They've been crap forever, and you're like, they're shit. And then all of a sudden, they're all 25 years old, and you're like, bang, there it is. They're good. Happened with Carlton, where it was like Curnow, Wiedering, Cripps, Walsh, Mackay were all young. Then bang, they weren't young anymore, and they were good, and you were just ready to go. Like, good on them, man. It's been a long time. They gave the business. You could see North have grown up and matured in the last 5 minutes of the first half. LDU just said, come with me, boys, get on my shoulders. They kicked 3 goals in 3 minutes. LDU got every centre clearance. He got 4 centre clearances in a row, and it was just speed and talent. McKercher, Sheezel, even my man Dersma got in the end of one. It was just speed, talent, LDU. Yeah, fucking good on him, Das. I'm proud of him.
I'm excited to see what they do this year. Like the line was 7.5, they've got 1 now. So I'm really excited to see how many games can they push aside at Marvel. Horrible turnout.
Oh my God. The whole of level 3 was like, Just go. But that maybe it's like they had to see that.
Your man Dill Stevens was playing like a pick 5.
Yeah, he really was, wasn't he? Same, it's like he was drafted 7 years ago or whatever. Like, there you go. He's 25, 26 now. Like, he's done a heap of preseasons. He's bigger body now. Like, stuff like that. Zach Butters is gone. I would be too. I couldn't stand watching Alira and Asava Radagalea run into each other and miss the same spoil anymore.
Yeah.
He is gonskis. And I think everyone knows it.
Yeah, it's the worst kept secret. Yeah. It is the worst kept. Why would you want to stay for Port Adelaide? And you know what I actually loved? Like, and the North fans will always keep booing Jason Horne-Francis, but he left for success. He wanted to leave to go to a better club. And you know what's so, like, it's amazing how much his game resembles Nathan Buckley's game.
Yeah.
Bucks was at the Brisbane Bears, left because he thought Collingwood were going to have more success. And the grass isn't always greener.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Sometimes you got to stick it out. And it feels like Port Adelaide are just going down, and North Melbourne are finally going to come on the way up. Nick Larkey's the perfect captain. Finn O'Sullivan, there was a bit where it was a holding the ball tackle, and Finn O'Sullivan was just looking at the umpire, and the play was behind him. The umpire gave holding the ball, and he was just celebrating 2 hands. Like, they're all in on it.
Yeah.
Again, maybe Josh Simpkin probably needs to go at the end of this year as well. He might stay now. But if he doesn't want to be there, go. Get someone else in the building. Whoever wants to be there. Charlie Coleman, I thought, was really good. Played behind the ball. Kicked a monster goal from 50.
Yeah.
And he's a cult figure there. I know he's got the podcast with the plus 200. But, yeah, it feels like finally just a bit of relief for North Melbourne fans. Hopefully they just don't have as much hype as when they beat Melbourne last year. They can just be like, all right, let's just stay competitive. Stay competitive, stay in games for a little bit longer. Well, I'm so happy for them. They're going to whoop us on Good Friday.
We got a couple of messages from North fans saying we better roast the fuck out of Jason Horne-Francis. And so he's underdone, 16 touches. He played good in the first quarter, then went absolutely missing. And yes, he played in the prelim. He played in the prelim for Port Adelaide. He wasn't very good in that prelim. He left for success. Now it's missed. Now he's got to cop his fucking lumps and play the rest of his career at Port Adelaide and watch North Melbourne just fly up the ladder because he made his bed. He's got to lie on it now. And yes, he'll probably get paid $1.2 million a year to stay at Port Adelaide and he'll be happy forever. But his chances at success are done and he's going to watch the team that drafted him just fly past him.
You know who else has gone in 2 years? Mitch Georgiades.
You reckon?
He's a free agent, I'm pretty sure.
Tassie will offer him the bag.
No, I'm pretty sure that's what they said. I
He's
swear,
gonna get offered the bag.
someone in the comments let us know. I swear they said he's out of contract at the end of the next year.
Yeah. So, what else can I say? What the hell was Clarko crying about? Did you see? He was just in tears the whole game. I don't know if he had something in his eye or something, or he's like a proud son, a proud father just watching his sons run around. Bro just couldn't stop crying.
No, it was
my God.
He's been reading your comments about how they defend like Venezuela, and he's just looking. He's like, we're not Venezuela anymore. We're not Venezuela.
There's a couple of things like, they just played with a bit of joy. I don't know, like Jai Simpkin looked free. LDU was just celebrating a punch out of bounds. He'd go off, like a bit of false energy that created energy, and then they were on, and they all just bought the energy. I don't know what happened. Maybe they had one of those, they've done the full preseason, played their pracky matches. They went and got smashed at the pub last week. That last thing before the season, like, let's have a lock-in at a pub, drink 1,000 beers, and then crack into it. So, happy for them. Looks like I'm going to be wrong on them. I said they were shit. Who knows? It's a long season. They've disappointed before. They've started well before. But it just looked like, bang, all of a sudden they've been young, and now they're experienced. And you're like, good on you, boys.
It was a great round of footy. Want to quickly touch on next week. Guys, we are having a day at the Kingston, the greatest pub day ever, March 21st. Let us know if you need any more details, but we'll be posting a lot all over our socials. It is free to come. It is free. Just rock up. If you do want to book a table, you can book via the website just to make sure that you guys get a seat. If not, it's just walk-ins. We're going to have the games on. There's only one game in Melbourne, which will be the early game, which is Richmond Gold Coast. Then we've got all the... that's all right. It's just audio anyway. And then we've got all the other games on after that. We've got prizes, giveaways. Campbell Brown's going to be there, so we're going to be asking him some funny questions. As I said, heaps of giveaways, lots of beers, beer tabs, exclusive markets that you guys can only get on the PointsBet app as well, which you'll only be able to get there on the day. It's going to be a cracker. And next week's round, Jev, we have so many good games and we're going to learn a lot more about a lot more sides. So, yeah, I cannot wait. Great roast.
Great roast. Mudflap's kicked one. They're up by 68 points with 6 minutes to go in the first half. It is belt to our stuff. Let's get out of here. Go watch the second half of that game. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Like, subscribe, send to a friend at 100k Sports, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Cheers.
Imagine what you could be buying instead.
For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.